This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. It's film breakdown time, so let's just jump into it. What we're gonna do today is look at almost all of Deshaun Watson's throws from Sunday, see what we like, see what we don't, see what was looking like an issue on game day that, you know, in retrospect probably was nothing. I got 24 of his plays in here to look at, so let's jump into it. Let's get real in depth today. All right, so the first throw we're going to be looking at, and the first thing I want you to notice is that this is the blitz look that Deshaun was talking about. So basically, Arizona gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on the line of scrimmage eventually, and they're trying to make you guess between 10 and 3 who's coming, right? So yeah, when you get to the line of scrimmage, they're trying to make you guess. So basically what they're doing here between these two players is that pre-snap, one is faking like they're coming off, one is faking like they're coming on, and then when that guy comes on, he comes off, and then this guy comes on. Basically, these two are rotating their time on the line of scrimmage to try to confuse Deshaun Watson to see where this guy's going to go. Because if Budda Baker drops out, then this becomes cover 2 with the guy waiting over top. Hold on, wait, that wasn't the right arrow for that one. But basically, this becomes cover 2, right? When Budda Baker drops back, it becomes cover 2, but Budda's got a trail. So that means even if you one-on-one or bracket a wide receiver on this side, that this safety is always going to be coming from behind, which means that you can go over top. So that is something, that's why they disguise it, right? Because if they just wanted to send Budda, they would know that, okay, then this guy would be dropping back. Either way, you would be giving up some leverage in that situation. So they're trying to hide this by disguising it between 10 and 3. And the Browns caught on to this all game because I think they ran this blitz about 3 or 4 times in this game. Right. So right here, they don't blitz either of them. They do a good job shifting this line over. Deshaun gets pressured, steps up. And this is a good time to step up. Great instincts here, right? So steps up because he does feel that man coming around the edge. There's not really anything to step into in the middle of the field on this play, so you don't mind that he goes out to try to make something happen on the sides of the field. And then the awareness to throw this little soft pass to Jerome Ford, he gets the edge, and you get the best result possible at that play. So that's fine. And again, I don't mind escaping the pocket here because there was true pressure, right? It's not like he thought he was going to get pressured pre-snap and just decided to bail out of there. You know, he got true pressure. He got out of there. Makes sense, right? Pressure. So what happens here with the pressure? Is it, yeah, Jed gets beat a little bit, but you know, that's not too bad, actually. Like, Jed does get beat, but that's not bad at all. I think Joel does a great job with his man kind of anchoring and winning that battle again. Yeah, you could live with that. That's a pretty wide arc that he made him run. So you could live with getting beat like that with Jed. And then does a great job of noticing, hey, I got 10 here. 10's watching me. He's got eyes on me. I have my running back on my right shoulder. Let me just toss it to him, and let's see what he could do. Good job there. All right. I thought this was a fine choice here on this throw. What they're going to try to do is hit David Njoku. And I think David just dropped this one. Oh, no, this is just another run. Right. Yeah, this is a throw here. Okay, my bad. I jumped ahead of my notes. Yeah, I don't mind escaping the pocket here for Deshaun. Because, again, it's muddy enough, even though you can make the argument he could have stood in there a little bit longer. But the question isn't, oh, if he breaks the pocket, right? The question is, when he breaks the pocket, was there something developing over the middle of the field or on the field somewhere where he could have got rid of the ball and made a big play? If that's not the case, okay, cool. Right now, he's at the top of his drop. There's pressure. Even if he steps up, man, nothing's happening here. That's covered. That's covered. That's covered. That window's covered. Maybe you might have something one-on-one here, but I don't know what that route is. That's covered. So right now, his only option is really on this side of field. And you got to wait and see what it is. And I don't think that I think his route's supposed to be like an out or something. So maybe he can win over top because the safety's on this far hash. But in order to get that, you do have to go to this space. So don't really mind that at all. And then he ends up actually hitting Elijah Moore. So, unfortunately, you get a hold here by Jed. I really don't think Jed needed to hold him there. At that point, DESHAUN's well clear. Like right there, DESHAUN's cleared. Just trust who you got back there. No reason for that to happen. All right. This one is an empty set. And this is the fine choice, fine throw to Njoku, right? You get what you want here. Basically, it's kind of like a whip route where David's running inside, acting like he's going to set up here for a little curl, but then he whips it out here to the flat. You get the linebacker pretty much sitting on it, waiting for it to come to him. And then that gives you the leverage you need to get this underneath. And then you feel like you can have some blockers or some guys here to at least hold some space and maybe get some yak opportunity with this. It's a fine throw. Good route by David. He just doesn't catch it. We'll see it from the reverse angle a little better. All right. But he gets to the top of his drop right here. Top. Throws it. That ball is on target. Hits him right in the gut. And David lets it bounce off of him. That's a drop by David. Ain't nothing worse when you drop a ball and then get hit afterwards. I thought this was a fine choice, but I thought the timing and throw was a bad on this one by DESHAUN. So he gets to the top of his drop, throws it out there. And again, I just felt like the timing was off and the throw was off here. So let's go back a little bit. Where do I think this ball should have gotten thrown, right? Because I do think there's an opportunity, a legit opportunity to get Kareem the ball. Let's go back. All right. So I think there's a legit opportunity to get Kareem the ball once he gets to the top of this drop here, right? So he's watching. He's looking. He's seeing what's developing downfield. Doesn't really love anything that he has, and I don't blame him for that. The ball should probably be out right now, right? Like he should probably just try to get that thing out. I understand that once he started to throw into that motion, he felt like, okay, they might block that. So he runs out of it. And it's just late at that point, right? It's late and it's a bad throw. Still should have been at least like 6 yards or something like that. But, the throw doesn't no favor. So the timing wasn't great on that. Even though the escapability gave you a second window at that play, the throw's got to be better, though, by DESHAUN. And I just think it was a bad throw. I don't think this had anything to do with the shoulder, right? Like, this is just, he short arms this, right? He short arms it. It doesn't really have intent with this follow through. That's a dude that to me isn't shoulder pain. That to me is, this is a guy getting used to playing a full football game, right? With rush and everything, knowing the intensity needed on every throw. This looked like a practice throw. And it went like a practice throw. So he's got to shake that off. I wish we went to this play earlier. This is the throw to Njoku. You get like 14 on this. But you have Njoku coming across the formation from the bottom of your screen. He's the only receiver on the bottom of your screen. Pretty much sneaking across, and you see how the Browns, once they throw this to him, they have 1, 2, 3 blockers. It's basically a screen, right? Like, just nice little play there. Get the ball in Njoku's hand. Wish you would have went to that like on second down, instead of going to it on third and long. But maybe there's a reason they felt like they were only going to get the drop coverage needed on that down and distance. Who knows? Right here, this play right here, as I'm trying to track down my notes. Oh, yeah, you got to give Amari a chance to move with this throw, right? This throw just is not great. Now, it's caught by Amari, but he has to go to the ground with it. And I know what a lot of people are going to say here, right? Like, oh, you should have went to Elijah Moore on the other side because look at that. And you can make the argument, yeah, he could have won Elijah there, but I think Amari's just as good on this one. The only thing that makes it not look just as good is the fact that the throw wasn't made. You want you want to give Amari a chance to make somebody miss in space, same as Elijah Moore, and you trust Amari to reliably be that guy. You got to get this on him quick, which DESHAUN does a good job of doing, right? That ball's out before he turns around. But you want that ball to be on him so Amari can turn and run, right? So you want Amari to be able to catch, turn and run, right? And see if he can make that guy miss. Now, I would say about 7 times out of 10, that tackle gets made right there. But there is a good chance that, Amari can turn and run, get free there, and ends up being a big play because, again, it's only him and this DB in this space right here. So I like the decision. I just think the throw, since it was off, it forced Amari to go this way into the ground, and that was just not what you wanted out the play. So I'm sure DESHAUN wants this one back. And this has been a theme with DESHAUN, like even before the shoulder injury, of just like missing low and outside sometimes. And it was the same thing here. I mean, we're going to go over that throw to Jordan Atkins on 4th and 3 where he misses low and outside. So I don't think this is strictly just the shoulder thing. I think this is more, about whatever's going on with him mechanically that he needs to clean up. Okay, this one right here, is this a rush throw? And I think a lot of this is just him rushing throws, to be honest, because let's go back to that. Let's see the motion on this. Yeah, it's like it comes out so weird, right? Yeah, I think he's just rushing that. I mean, getting used to game day adrenaline, you're going to rush some throws. Like, I don't think that's weird at all. Yeah, but I think he's just rushing that a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit, right? Just take a beat. And this same thing happens here. This ball to Jordan Atkins. Same, almost similar kind of play that you would have ran on the opposite side to Elijah. And he just misses this throw here. It's an easy ball there to make. But look at the throw motion here. He kind of just rushes this one, right? Yeah. You see how it comes out like he just kind of snags his arm through there? Instead, like usually when he throws a ball, it's a lot more graceful than this. This is like a very like, oh, whoa, why did it come out like that? And this has happened all year, at times all year. So I don't think it's shoulder related. I think this is more or less just something about DESHAUN just getting comfortable. You know what I mean? I think it has more to do with that. Just think he's just rushing a couple throws here and there. Love this second. Oh yeah, I love this right here. So he sees basically this corner sit right here on this. He is watching this half of the field because that's where the play is. And he sees this corner sit, right? Now, he's thinking that this corner, like the original concept of this play is that this corner is going to carry and then you want to fit into this window because there's going to be space there once that corner vacates. But when he sees that corner sit and crash down on David, he's like, well, let me let it rip. And he lets it rip immediately. Look, that ball's coming out now. Boom. Great recognition there. Good job by Amari. By the way, don't know if y'all noticed this. They gave Amari the ball at the 9 there, right? Where did they give Amari the ball at? So they gave Amari the ball at... Where did they give him the ball at? Okay, they gave him the ball at the 13. I believe they moved it back up to the 9. But I'm pretty sure he stepped out at the 20. Which is hilarious given that other play that happened to Amari. But yeah, watch this here. Boom. Right there. Yeah. Amari, they gave him it at the 13, but look, he definitely steps out at the 19. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that it's clear. Let me try to zoom in on it for y'all. But look at that. He is out. That is out of bounds, dog. Like, he's out of bounds. So he got away with one there. Shout out to that, because he didn't get the one favorable call he should have got. against San Francisco. Was it San Francisco or Tennessee? I think it was Tennessee. But yeah, let's look at that again. Let's look at Amari. 100% steps out of bounds at the 19. Boom. Come on. I'm shocked that nobody made a deal of that. Like not a single person, even on the Arizona Cardinals, made a single deal of that. Because like that, he's out there at the 19, and then you see that they gave him the ball right there where he went out of bounds at like the 13. Yeah, look, that's where they placed it. Hey, you win some, you lose some, huh? Hey, enjoy the extra 5 yards. That's awesome. Well, it's awesome for us. It wouldn't be awesome if it wasn't us. Um, well, yeah, that's just a fun little thing I want to point out there. All right, this is play action ball. John gets to the top of his drop. I love the instincts here. This is one where I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Run this 9 times out of 10. Because what happens on this bootleg, well, it's not a bootleg, my bad. What happens on this play action is that that's covered. He's right there. That's covered. And then this little flat, that's double covered, so that's not there. So he pretty much realizes by the time he gets to the top of his drop, none of this is happening, right? Yeah, none of that's happening. So once he realizes that, he also recognizes one thing. Everybody going this way, right? That's the flow of the defense, this way. Everybody's flowing this way. I got one guy sitting over top here. If I can just get here, I could score. Unfortunately, David gets beat, so he can't score. But I see the vision there, and I'm fine with that. I honestly think the biggest problem with this play is that I think 53 should be doing what 85 is doing, and 85 should be doing what 53 is doing. Because what they're going to ask 53 to do is basically pull all the way out here and play tackle. And then they're going to ask David to block down on this edge rusher, which happens all the time. You know, tight end should be able to do that. But if you know that this is a play you want to let develop, and you know that DeShaun could run this if the defense does flow all the way to that side as a counter to that play action, you want to have somebody who you feel better about holding up to a bull rush in this situation. And you also want somebody who you feel much better about getting to that spot, because what happens here is that Nick Harris doesn't get there. Now, part of the reason you might be doing this is to try to play some deception, make them think, oh, since Nick Harris is over here, they're definitely running the ball, because they're not going to ask Nick Harris to do that. But if it was David, you would think that. So that's part of the gamesmanship when it comes to calling it like that. But that's something to keep in mind, right? Unfortunately, Nick Harris just doesn't get there in time, and then David gets bulled up. I just wonder how that would look if you flipped him, because I think the lane was there for him to run as well, and I thought he saw it too. So I don't mind that at all. I thought this is the deflection play. I thought this was actually I thought this would score either way, to be honest with you. So you're gonna see it from there, but we're gonna watch from the end zone angle. You see what I mean? So the ideal on this play is basically hit a tight window between the safety and the corner, right when Amari breaks, and this thing gets out on time, and it gets out with enough speed. Obviously, it just gets blown up because 55 here times up his jump just right. Yeah, he just times up his jump just right. But you want this ball to be low and fast, right? You see Amari knows that this ball is going to be low and fast, so he's already like in anticipation going down. You see how that his knee angle is like going down towards the turf, because he is getting ready to wall off this defender with his body and catch this ball right here in this little window. And he knows that, hey, if I catch that, I can catch it, go down, and tunnel my body into the end zone and kind of sneak a touchdown in like that. And that's probably going to score, to be honest with you, because this ball is definitely out on time. DeShaun gets rid of this almost immediately, and it's going with enough speed to carry him into the end zone. So you know for a fact that the thing was going fast enough. Hey, look, He's getting ready for one thing, kept his eye on the ball because he knew 100% that ball was coming to him, and focused in on the ball. So great concentration by Coop. But that would have scored either way. All right. Oh, this throw right here, this one had me concerned when I saw it on TV, but you watch it, he just slipped here, right? Yeah, he slips. I think his front leg slipped or something while he was throwing that football, because it did come off super awkward on television. It was really weird to see that that ball do that, basically, because it was like, ooh, what the hell? Because you can see where he was trying to throw it. You can see where that could have been a successful play, but he slipped. Turf Monster got him. All right. Yeah, Watson needs to just get off this ball a little quicker. You see him bounce out, which I don't mind here because, again, there's nothing developing in the middle of the field. I thought the Cardinals did a pretty good job defending the pass in this game. But I think two things happen here. One, I know he's holding on to think, hey, can I make that throw? And he decides this ain't the game to make that throw. But you got to make that decision a little quicker, get down to Jerome Ford here to just hit a check down real quick to get some positive yards here for the punt. But you don't want to make the big mistake, which I applaud him for not doing that. Jerome Ford, I like the scramble drill instincts here, but you can't turn your back to DESHAUN in this scramble drill, because then he can't throw it to you, right? Because what happens, you see he turns his back. Like, you just can't do that. Like, I get that you wanted to get to that spot real quick, but you can't turn your back to him. Or if you do, you got to make that decision earlier. Right here, bad throw. Don't love this choice. I don't know what made him come off of Jordan Atkins here. I think he's looking at Goodwin. He wants Goodwin. I don't know why he never went to Atkins, but Atkins has enough space here to do something with that football at the bottom of your screen. I don't know why he came off of him, but this is Jordan Atkins. He's wide open. I'm just realizing y'all can't see the stuff on the screen right now. All right. We'll deal with that later. But yeah, Jordan Atkins is right there. So should have threw it to him. All right. This is just a dart. This is just a dart. Look at this ball. Oh my God. Look at that. That's a dart, dude. Great throw, great recognition. Almost threw him wide open. Like, you know, if Marquise Goodwin was a better wide receiver, you'd be able to score on that. Oh man, it's a beautiful ball. You got to catch that. There's another good throw here. Again, just hit that layup. Get him on time. You see what he could do in space. That's Jordan. That's Atkins. That's why I think you should have got to him on the other play. Got to hit these layups, though. This has been the biggest issue with DESHAUN, is just not hitting these layups consistently, right? Look at this layup right here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, just throw it underneath to Jerome Ford. It'll be, what, second down or first down, and then, you know, you get like, what, 5-6 yards here. Got to hit those layups. Got to catch those layups too. It's not a terrible throw by DESHAUN. It's a drop by Jordan. Or not Jordan, but Jerome. So you got to catch the layups too on the other side. But you got to hit them layups, man. Got to hit them layups. This is a great throw. Over the middle, like this throw, on time, trusting the offense is going to be there. Boom. Good throw. This is another dart. See here in the shotgun, drops, and just second level, right? The second he sees it, just great recognition by him. Staying in there, sees Budda Baker, right? What does he see? Why does he go here? He watches what Budda Baker's doing, right? He looks at the safety. He sees Budda is not even looking at the middle of the field. He knows he has this post corner, and he knows that he can hit that. So the second he sees Budda commit to go to Elijah Moore, he rips it, and he throws a beautiful ball here And I don't know why Marquise Goodwin tried to high point this. Maybe that's the way he felt most comfortable catching it, but he tried to high point it, dropped it. Sucks. That sucks, not him. Marquise Goodwin's a fine enough player. Just that sucks that you didn't get that play. Good check down here. You just see what happens when you, this is what happens when you just get when you hit your layups, right? Here, get flush, throw the check down. Okay, it's second down. Now it's first down. Cool. Let's move the chains, get on with the game, right? This play right here, another opportunity. Drop back, top drop. Okay, nothing. Check down. And let's get back into range here, right? You get to like a reasonable field goal range situation there. Well, not even that. You get to a good spot where you can punt the ball. But again, hit your check downs, man. Hit your layups. Because look, another layup here. Good things happen. Gets to the top of his drop. Boom. Hit the layup. Just see the layup, hit the layup. Good job by David recognizing he was wide open too. Sometimes some guys don't do that. This is another great throw. This one's underrated. This is one I haven't seen talked about as much as the other two. But this one was a nice throw here. Reason I like this throw, he's on the one hash, right? He's on the right hash. And he throws this from the right hash. On a break, he sees it, rips it over a linebacker right into the pocket of Amari Cooper. Now, that's a big boy throw, right? From the right hash to the left numbers. Over a linebacker with significant zip on it. In stride. In stride. That's the Deshaun Watson we knew from Houston, right? Very nice. Very nice throw. This is a nice little run by Deshaun. You know, still showing you got the athletic ability. You can't just play this deep off of him on third and long. Cuts upfield. And it does a good job of making sure he doesn't take that hit on the throwing shoulder. And this is the drawn up play. So again, you're going to see the blitz. See what they're doing with Buddha. Watch this little Buddha right here. And then you know now, okay, boom. So they gave you Buddha doing that. You know that he's probably going to drop back. And then you got one-on-one with Coop. Well, you don't have one-on-one with Coop. You have two-on-one with Coop. But you know that since Buddha is here, he's gonna have this route if you throw it over top. So if you just give him a 9 right here, you have a chance to split this double coverage. And that's what they do. They know that, hey, either Buddha's gonna blitz and we're one-on-one, or Buddha's gonna go back in coverage and we can just beat this over top. But either way, we feel like we have a big play here. And look at this. He sees it. He recognizes it. He sees Buddha, knows that Buddha's gonna be underneath. Amari does a great job with that inside step, like almost a little bit of a stutter, right? Right here, boom. Like he's going to go inside, which stutters Buddha a little bit, and then he just goes full speed over top, and then just a beautiful ball right there by Deshaun. It's a pretty good game by him. Like, you know, I think a lot of the stuff that people were complaining about has less to do with his shoulder and more to do with just him getting comfortable being back out there. And, you know, I think a lot of things are positive. He was comfortable in the middle of the field this week. He was comfortable throwing with anticipation. He was not off. He was not off as much as people are saying he was. And like even the bad throws, I know people were like his base was bad and this and that. I don't really think his base was bad. I've pointed out in the past when I felt like his feet were bad. You know, I think the few throws where we saw where he missed through it, he just rushed it. That's just getting used to getting back out there. I don't think that had much to do with like his feet or anything. So yeah, I think this was a good game by Deshaun. It's a positive step in the right direction. I actually am going to confirm my belief that this was a build. I think he built off of what he did in Tennessee, which is encouraging because we were wondering, are we going to have to go back to square one? Or are we going to be able to build off of what we saw from him last time he played a full game? This felt like they built off of him, but I'm very encouraged with what I saw. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Peace.